Jeffrey has all the excuses in the world.
Lifting weights stunts your growth. It's unhealthy. Protein damages your kidneys. And besides, all bodies are beautiful anyway. Why don't girls like me?
Younger Hamza set forth on a fantastic pursuit of building his dream body. But there was a problem. He stumbled across painful experiences that he didn't know how to overcome. Adonis came out the womb, muzzing like Z's. He overcame the challenges that arose from lifting weights. Through thousands of workouts, Adonis sculpted his body like a Greek god. Lifting weights and building an aesthetic physique is awesome, but I do want to speak about some of the downsides that you will encounter, just so some of the younger guys know that you're not alone. Number one, you'll never be big enough. If you're like me, you'll almost constantly look to people who are bigger than you and think to yourself, oh, I'd be so happy and content if I was that guy's size. The moment you start lifting is the moment that you're small forever. You'll go into the gym, and the time when you get pumped up, you'll want to look like your pump, but without that pump. So you'll want to look like your pump like 24/7. 6 months later, you'll look like your pump 24/7, but then you'll want to look like your current pump. And it's just like a hamster wheel cycle that just continues. Comparison is the thief of joy, and we see shredded sick on social media all the time. Seeing other people with the physique that we want gives us a sense of impatience, which, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it can be beneficial because it does seem to give you like an urge or like a rush of motivation to like burst into the gym. And so how do you overcome this problem of not feeling big enough? Start looking down instead of looking up. And have gratitude. So it's fantastic to take some time every now and then, let's say every few months, to sit down and to set some goals for your physique and to literally go onto Google and to like, find pictures of guys who are shredded and like, copy and paste their pictures and say like, oh, I really want to have shoulders like him. It's fantastic to do that every now and then. But if you're like doing that constantly throughout the day, if you're seeing someone who's bigger, if you're seeing someone on Instagram and you're feeling like negative because of that, you're just giving yourself like a mental illness. Outside of that specific goal setting period, which would literally be like 1 hour every 3 months, you should constantly be looking down at, like in a weird way, at like people who have worse physiques than you, but in the best way, at your old physique. I had a sick idea, bro. Print out your first shirtless picture and stick it up on your mirror and just look at it every now and then. I wrote this down. I literally fucking started tearing up because I was like, holy shit, imagine, bro. Like that just, it fully just reminded me, like I started this shit looking like this 6-7 years ago. And we spend so much of our time just comparing ourselves to someone who's better, because it seems productive to strive for like better and better and better. But we know through the science that looking up, looking at people who are better than us, does not do us any real favors. Look down, look at where you came from, look at how much effort you've put in. Like this, grab your fucking bicep right now, bro. Grab it, don't be a bitch, like grab your fucking bicep. This is fucking flesh. Like think about that, like this is our body. Like think about how like difficult it is to change the fucking shape of your body through thousands of workouts. Like you should, like I'm fucking tearing up again, bro. Like you should be fucking proud of this shit, bro. I never want any of my boys to be like, for example, looking at my videos and thinking like, oh, he's bigger than me, like I feel worse. No, how much bigger are you than your original starting point? That's what we care about. The second reason why lifting weight and building muscle can be bad for you is that it can increase your ego, your arrogance, and your narcissism. It's like the physique bell curve, where at the top of the curve, you finally, you've built up like a fairly decent physique and, it's quite new to you. That's when you show it off all the time. That's when you're pretty arrogant, and you're egotistical, and you're narcissistic, and you're showing it off to as many people as possible. But it's very interesting that someone at the end of this ego physique bell curve who's got the 10 out of 10 body seems to show it off less. And the person who comes to mind for me is a guy called Joe Delaney, a YouTuber. This is like a natty god of our day, fully hit his like natural limits. You see the clothes that he wears, and he doesn't exactly show off his physique like so much. And it's because he's already at the end of the bell curve. He knows that he's got the physique. He doesn't have to show it off as if it's new. But when you're at the top of the bell curve, when you first started to, see your bicep vein and you've got like a six pack finally, you're going to start showing it off to people, and it might seem like that's a good thing. You will fully be convinced that it's a good thing for you to show it off to as many people as possible. And I somewhat agree, because at this level, the reward that you want is that attention. Like, let's just be honest, right? I hate when people lie about this. We started lifting for some kind of attention, whether it was our own attention for positive influence or like positive feedback, looking at yourself and thinking, wow, like I've been so disciplined. But mostly we wanted it for the attention of other people. It's just how it fucking works, right? So many guys will say, no, I only did it for myself. I don't care. Shut the f, bro. We are fucking tribal creatures. We want the attention and the affection from other people, especially from girls. It's just the fucking truth. And when you first see some good progress in your physique, you'll post countless shirtless pictures on Instagram and Tinder, and you'll take your shirt off at every opportunity that you can get. I think that I'm personally just coming down from the peak of that bell curve right now. I think the peak for me was probably my second year of university, where I was literally shirtless as many times as possible, and I was literally posting like countless like shirtless thirst traps on Snapchat and Instagram. I'd pull my pants down so much, you know, to show my V-line, that you'd literally like see the top of my on my Snapchat story literally 7 times per day. And you might think that traits like narcissism and arrogance are attractive, especially to girls, and they kind of are, but not to the type of girls that you should really be wanting. These are attractive traits, but to low quality people. If you just want to sleep with low quality girls who already have high body counts, being narcissistic and arrogant will help. But take a step back, because I did that life, and I'm not going to respect you if you're in. You know why? Because you're structuring your entire life, like this is a fucking big portion of your life, to attract those low quality people. Like, why not just have higher standards? You're on the pursuit to build your best body best. So why settle for some of the worst reward that you could get? Why not have the pursuit to attract the best quality women, not just the fucking club thoughts? And the best quality women, quite frankly, they're not attracted to like egotistical, arrogant, narcissistic men. They're still attracted to men who have those fantastic physiques, 100%. But they're not attracted to that like horrible, angry, like show off type of guy. And you can really go down like the wrong path for your personality here. In my own experience, I went through the whole arrogance and, you know, I'm like, look at me, I've got a six pack, I'm so good and everything. You start becoming quite like cold, and you become like a degenerate, I'm not even gonna lie. And when you're a cold-hearted, degenerate boy, you can only attract cold-hearted, degenerate girls. Those are not, please take my learning lesson here, please take my learning lesson, those are not the women that you want to be surrounded yourself with. Men learn from their mistakes, wise men learn from the mistakes of others, learn from my mistakes, at least have one of us profit from it. You don't want to be surrounded with like low quality girls who are like in the party scene. And I know that sounds that I'm kind of like being mean to those girls and I'm insulting them, but I'm truly not. They can make their own choices. I'm literally just insulting myself to say that my standards were very low at that time, because I was so eager for any level of female attention, and the easiest sort of female attention that you can get is like a drugged up drunk girl in some like party or rave or something. You take your shirt off and she's like so amazing, she's like f***ed up and shit. Like that's not the life. Like that, you're putting in some fucking work to build the best body possible. Why not also do that same level of like discipline in your relationships too? And that will come from passing this physique ego bell curve and having this level of like humbleness and gratitude about you. And the third problem that you'll encounter on your pursuit to build muscle is that it can be like a very, very isolating journey depending on how serious you take it. Now, eating food together is a fundamental part of being an animal, like of being a human. Like we feast together, we always have done. Studies show that we get like one of our biggest happiness boosts from literally eating together. Like relationships make us the happiest out of anything that you could think of. Relationships make us the happiest. But what exactly with relationship, like what action with relationships gives us one of the biggest happiness boosts? Making love is one of the biggest ones, but eating together, especially with family, is a huge one too. But when you take your lifting and your diet seriously and you're on your 5th meal of the day, you're probably just gonna grab your plate of food, come to your desk and rewatch a Jeff Nippard video. And I've done that for a long time, bro. It's a sad existence when you're literally just eating your meals at your desk. So to overcome this problem, set yourself this goal. And I know that you might have a little bit of friction to do this right now, but it would be a fantastic goal. Set yourself the goal to have at least one meal with someone, maybe your family, maybe a friend, every single day. Just one meal, maybe even just a cup of tea, maybe even like coffee. Just spend the 5-10 minutes with someone, and you'll see that will give you such like a fulfilling wellness boost. Writing that piece of advice down on the script like made me realize how sad my life was, because for the past few years, I literally eat with my family once every couple of months. All of my meals I eat right here on my desk, like just like a sad little cave dweller like Sam. And if you don't feel so keen to eat with your family, you know, like, oh, you can be productive by your desk and you don't really want to eat with them anyway, do it for them. Like, you know how important it is to, you know, have this like sense of like mental health through our community and our relationships. And just know that like they're probably feeling that sense of isolation too. And it can also be an isolating journey just on the fact that you go to the gym, you're doing something productive, and you might be skipping some pleasurable instant gratification activity. So for example, there's a party or a night out, but you wanted to go to the gym tomorrow morning. If you're feeling really disciplined, then you're going to skip the pleasurable party by, you know, waking up early and going to the gym. And the cure for this is to make lifting buddies. It's to like befriend people in the gym or maybe outside of the gym and start training together. So at least then you have like a sense of like brotherhood to train with. The best case scenario for this, which is what I've experienced at some certain point, is to live with someone who you actually have this lifestyle with. Like live with a guy. Think about how sick this would be. Live with a guy who is into lifting, who's into dieting, who tracks his macros. Because if you do that with someone else, it's so like, it literally, you're being productive, you're like pursuing your goals, but whilst also literally like just having fun through all of it. Like I'm not gonna lie, I think bodybuilding, weightlifting, I think the entire lifestyle it puts you into is so fun. Like I literally just enjoy tracking calories, but when you're doing it with someone else, it's so different. And I had this experience for a couple of months when I lived with my best friend at the time named Levi. We moved into like an apartment, we're both going to the gym every day, we're both waking up early, and we're like smashing the workouts, like hyping each other up in the gym, and we're like probably like tracking our calories and everything. And if you don't have that like sort of real life lifting buddy friend right now, you know, go out and try and make some. But the internet friends that you can make who are also into fitness, and like they're very valuable too. Like I have a go-to guy to speak to about fitness. His name's FA. He's a benched like 2 plates, 4 reps just recently. Big 1 year into lifting as well. He's my go-to guy to speak about like advanced lifting stuff, and it feels so nice that I've just got him on my phone. I can just send him a message. And a bunch of guys have said that my Discord, like we have like 14,000 guys, like 14,000 guys are in my Discord server. We've got like fitness pages where you can talk about your progress pictures, and like, you know, you post your picture and everyone's like, oh my god bro, like what do you do for abs, what do you do for shoulders? And we've got all those pages, and you get like a sense of community. A huge problem of building muscle is that it is like quite a lonely journey, but it doesn't have to be, because it is a very popular pursuit, especially amongst young men in self-improvement. So why not join the community in which people are sharing this passion together? I've linked my Discord server below. It's completely free to join, and you'll be able to just come in and like speak to other people who have the same goal as you. I made a complete guide on building your 10 out of 10 aesthetic body. With my 7 years of experience, I've put in everything into one place that I think you'd need to build your dream body. And that means that you no longer have to watch like fitness YouTubers. You no longer have to like, you know, watch a video and then watch the next video, and the next video disagrees with the first one, and then the next video disagrees with that. It's like, you know, it just mind. I put all the workout routines and the diet plan, everything in like one place. I've linked it below, which is like build your 10 out of 10 dream body, and you can have a look at that page. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.